What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Angie. We're back at it again for another Ravens and Sports. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I'm out here in Cleveland about to celebrate Thanksgiving Day with my family. Can't wait to grab some of the delicious turkey and, spend some time with family, watch some football, some basketball, enjoy life, basically. So as we know, the Bulls play the Knicks, Pacers, and the Rockets. The Bulls played the Knicks on Sunday night, defeating them 109-103 in the United Center. I feel like the Bulls took care of business. I'm not really going to get into that game because they got the win against a great NBA team that has picked up their way from last season. So we're not even going to get into that game. The games that I want to get into is the Pacers game, which took place Monday night. The Pacers coming into the game were 7-12. Somehow, some magical way, the Bulls allowed them to defeat them 109-77. Your game leaders for that game on the Bulls, DeRozan had 8 points. DeRozan had 18 points. Tony Bradley, he had 5 rebounds. Zach LaVine, 3 assists. Sab for the Pacers, I should call him Sab, nickname short, 21 points, along with 11 rebounds, and Malcolm had 7 assists, so those are your top leads from the game. I'm not going to read all of them. Just a couple things throughout the Pacers game. The Pacers were up by 15 points in the first quarter, so this was almost like the game in Philadelphia, but much worse because the Bulls did come back strong. In this game, the Bulls had no chance whatsoever. I mean, the Pacers just played them out, like really outplayed them, and I just felt like the Bulls had no momentum. I think they were, I don't know, I understand it's basketball. We all know that you're not going to win all games, but at least, for a team that is, playoff bound and could be potential NBA finals, they sure are not playing it like a team that really wants it. Let me break this down. The Pacers had 59 rebounds. Bulls only had 38. Pacers had 48 defensive rebounds. Bulls had 33. The Pacers had a total of 12 blocks. The Chicago Bulls only had 2. Out of the turnovers, the Pacers were able to round up 16 points off the 9 turnovers. Houston, coming into the game, ranked 1-16. 1-16.
1-16.
The Bulls were up throughout the game. I want to say around between 6, 7, 8 points. Really had them on the ropes. How did they beat the Bulls 118-113? I'm writing question marks on my paper. How? I don't know. Your leaders for that game, top leaders, real quick. Zach LaVine with 28 points. Vukovic is back. He had 13 rebounds. DeMar, 7 assists. Mr. House Jr., he had 18 points. Christian Wood, 10 rebounds, and Kevin Porter led the team with 9 assists. Now, this is where it gets crazy. Now, I shared the Pacers stats, which makes sense on why the Bulls got blown out. This is going to really confuse y'all, like, how did this happen? So watch this. Okay, Rockets only had 16. Now, here's the kicker, y'all. This is where it's crazy. The Bulls had 12 steals total. Rockets only had 5. How? I don't know. 13 turnovers. The Bulls only had 13 turnovers versus the 21 turnovers that the Rockets had. That makes absolutely no sense. Lonzo Ball had a 71.4% for 3-pointers last night. I don't understand. Tony Bradley has stepped up in these last 2 games. Green played his ass off. I mean, Green had a heck of a game. AD, Youngboy, dunked on Daniel Theis, I believe. And at the end of the day, on the road, where there was nobody in that crowd, they lose $113 to $118. And this is where it's just like, oh man, it's an old saying, you have to play everybody on the schedule. And I feel like they're just playing down to their competition. Like, this team is 1-16. This is the ugly. This team coming in the game was 1-16. No John Wall as usual. There was no reason why they couldn't beat them. I mean, Kevin Porter went out for a second. I think his hip was still bothering him, but eventually he did come back. But I don't understand where the motivation is with this team. It's like, I want to say, while watching the game and going back and checking the clips out, it's just like they have no momentum on defense. Like, I believe they're getting slacked on defense. They're not covering the paint. They're not setting up proper picks. They're not, double teaming when it comes time for somebody to shoot the threes, because they're making the Pacers and the Rockets look like the freaking Golden State Warriors, aka Steph Curry, just shoot threes all day. And there's just no excuse for this. It's just like, I don't know why the Bulls continue to play down to their competition. They have so much potential, so much talent on that team to do that. There's no excuse for these losses like this. And back-to-back losses at that. And this Pacer game is just ruthless. Like, there's no excuse. There's just no excuse. The turnovers are sloppy. The rebounds are sloppy. And if I could fast forward and get into the game with the Rockets, Vucevic coming back. I mean, I understand he came off of the COVID-19 list, but once again, Vucevic looked like back in Philly, almost a month ago against Daniel. Like, these one-on-ones, these easy defensive plays, these easy, and he just lets them surpass him around the rim and do whatever. It's like, it's not a pretty picture. Granted, he's still getting rebounds. He's still able to, jab a couple down in the paint for 2-pointers. But it's just like, I don't know. These 2 games back to back, there's no excuse for this. If y'all are trying to get to the playoffs, trying to get to the finals, you can't go up against teams like the Pacers and the freaking Rockets, whoever's on that team. But I read it all. But you just can't go up against these teams like this and expect that you're going to, get further down the line. This is unacceptable. And the Bulls, they need to get it together, because this is unacceptable. They need to clean up. Now, they got the Magic on Friday. Hopefully they get back on the straight win streak, because this back-to-back is this is last year's team. Last year's team would have done some crap like this, even worse. There's no reason. You got Zach LaVine, you have Lonzo Ball, you have DeMar DeRozan, you have Vucevic, you got freaking Green, you have Alex Caruso. There is no reason why these guys should not be playing aggressive. And this defense, Coach Billy and them, they got to work on this defense, this coverage, because it's too much exposure throughout the paint and throughout these edges. It's just too much. Yo, did you go, Angie? Make sure you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can be up to date with all the Ravens, the Bulls, anything you would like me to cover, I will cover it. Happy Thanksgiving once again. And we will see you next time.